Hello and welcome to Tathastu ICS. I am Umang Khokhar, the Current Affairs and the Environment Ecology faculty, and today we are here to discuss a very important topic and a news that has been in the newspapers and major articles in the last few weeks. That is the African penguins, the species that has come to a brink of extinction. So we'll be covering about the species from our exam point of view, what all topics are important, why this species is important, what has been the major threats, what have been the protection efforts, and we'll also do a one practice question as well. So the points of discussion for today would be, first of all, the recent news, the major articles that have been talking about this particular species, then the key facts about the African penguins, the major threats it faces, the protection efforts that are being done, and a practice question as well. Okay, so coming to the African penguins. So the recent news was that by the IUCN, it has been enlisted as a critically endangered species. Meaning of critically endangered means now it is only one step away from being extinct, and there are almost under 10,000 breeding pairs that have been left. Okay, so it is a grave concern for us right now. Then this species is basically found in South Africa. There are particular two spots, two countries that we can say, South Africa and Namibia, where it is found. Then this was also in limelight, we can say. This was there in the major articles of Down to Earth. So these are the two major articles of the Down to Earth magazine that were talking about the African penguins. This is why it becomes important for all the aspirants who are giving it the exam in UPSC CSE 2025. Okay, let's cover the few major basics, key facts about the African penguin. So you can have a look. This is the picture of a African penguin. Coming to its scientific name, it is Spheniscus demersus. Spheniscus demersus is its scientific name. These are a monogamous penguin species, meaning they only have one partner throughout their life. The males are larger in size compared to the females, and they also have a larger beak. The lifespan is almost 20 years. Okay, they are endemic to South Africa and Namibia, and majorly their habitat is within 40 kilometers of the shore. So within the 40 kilometers of the shore they are residing, and they are also doing all their activities within that region only. For example, breeding, molting and resting. Breeding, you all must be aware what is the meaning of breeding, of course. Then there's one term, that's molting. So molting is basically shedding of the feathers. So shedding of feathers is also something that is done by the birds at regular intervals. And when we talk about the African penguins, shedding is a very catastrophic shedding that happens. Okay, so they shed their feathers in one go. Okay, so they lose all of them. And feathers are important not only for flight, not only for waterproofing, but also providing insulation to them. So when they have shed their feathers, the molting is done. They are not able to swim. They can't swim. Okay, so that is one major thing. So these are the three major points that you need to focus upon. Then coming to other physical features, it is having a streamlined body. We can see for the efficient swimming, that is a prominent feature in all these penguins we can witness. Then there's a black strip with a unique black spot on the chest. That is an identification feature for the African penguins. And another identification feature is the pink gland that is above their eyes, that is present, and this helps in regulating their body temperature also. So the pink gland, which you can see here in the picture, this is what I am talking about. This is the pink gland, and it gets darker as the body gets hotter. Okay, so it is helping in the thermal regulation also. Then the diet, it is basically feeding on the fishes that are the sardines and the we have the anchovies. These are the two major preys on which the penguin, African penguin, feeds upon. Then what are the breeding habits? Okay, so it prefers to make burrows it ducks it into the guanos for the nesting. For nesting, it is dugging in the guanos. What are guanos? Guanos are basically, these are the bird excrements. Now bird excrements, and these bird excrements जो होते हैं, they are very rich in nitrogen, they are very rich in phosphate, and they are utilized by the fertilizers industry as well. Okay, so these guano deposits act as a natural fertilizers. And what happened initially, the African penguins initially जो थे, they were killed. Okay, their nesting sites were encroached upon by the guano harvesters for the fertilizers. And also the African penguins have been initially, they were killed as a, because they were consumed as a delicacy. Okay, so they were eaten also. So that was one thing, their eggs were eaten. Okay, so these were the major reasons. Initially they were killed, but then eventually there were a lot of conservation regulations that were brought in, laws and acts were brought in South Africa, and then those laws and acts basically regulated the killing or the protection of the African penguins. Now the conservation status is critically endangered, that has given by the IUCN. But there is one more feature that is important, that these African penguins can also adapt to the artificial nesting. So major organizations, for example, there is one organization that is working, that is SANCOB. Okay, so that is one of the South African organization, conservation organization, that is working for the coastal birds dedicatedly. So they have built lot of artificial nests also for the African penguins, and they are basically adapting very well in these artificial nests as well. So we'll have a closer look. Now coming to the major threats the African penguins are facing. First one being the food scarcity. Now the food scarcity has developed due to the overfishing and the change in the ocean conditions. And now what we witness is that the African penguins are basically getting into an ecological trap. Now what is this ecological trap? The African penguins instinctively used to have some cues. Okay? They had some cues with which they used to follow the route, and they could reach the destination where they could find their prey species, that is basically the sardines, the fishes that they prey upon. Because of the presence of the surface temperature, cool sea surface temperature, or high nutrient levels to find the food in the ocean. But however, what has happened, the fishing and the climate change have reduced the sardines and the anchovy stocks in the places where they were historically abundant. Now there's a lot of climate change that is happening. There is a lot of shift in the prey species. The fishes have also moved, so that we can witness there is an eastward shift of the adult fishes now. But the penguins don't know about that, okay, that the fishes have shifted. So what is happening, the penguins are following the traditional cues which they had, and they are reaching the destination. But when they reach the place, the place where they could find their food, they are not having their access to the food. So this is causing a threat, or this is a basically main point where that is increasing their risk of survival. Okay, so this is what the ecologists are saying, that they are now in a trap which is called an ecological trap. Okay, then coming to, of course, the climate change affecting the habitat and the food availability. Then there is also habitat loss, because we know the biodiversity, we have always studied there are 4 evil quartets for the biodiversity loss, and the first and foremost being the habitat loss and the fragmentation of the habitats. So that is one major another threat that the penguins are also facing. Then oil spills and predation by the natural predators. So that is also one major factor that impacts the survival of the African penguins. So oil spills agar hote hain, so they get impacted because they can have toxic ingestion of the oil spills. Okay, then also it can also restrict their movement. Okay, then there are a lot of diseases and disturbances from the human activities as well. For example, in 2021 there was a swarm of the bees. ठीक है, तो bees का जो swarm आया था, that affected, that basically impacted lot of African penguins. Then there were attacks by human dogs. For example, there were 2 huskies that killed lot of African penguins. Okay, so these are some human animal conflict which we have already studied. So diseases are also a major reason, and also the disturbances that is caused by the humans activities and interference are the major threats for the African penguins as well. Okay, so this is the area, these are the major nursery areas for the African penguins. Then what all is being done? Of course, there are a lot of protection efforts that are being done. For example, we have the legal protections. For example, the Sea Birds and the Seals Protection Act 1973, the Marine Threatened or Protected Species Regulations Act 2017. All of these are prohibiting the capture, egg harvesting and habitat destruction of the African penguins. Then a lot of artificial nesting is also being done. For example, habitat restoration and protection. So what we are doing, that for boosting the egg hatching rates by 16.5% have been improved by the artificial nesting. Then there are some zones that have been restricted or they have been limited, that no fishing would be done in those zones. So we have some no take zones also that have been demarcated. These are all the efforts that are being taken care for protecting the African penguins. Then also there are a lot of conservation plans. For example, the Biodiversity Management Plan 2013, the predator control, and also there is a lot of rescue and rehabilitation activities that are done in order to rescue the abandoned eggs or the chicks. And there has been a temporary suspension of many industrial activities and harmful activities as well. For example, at the coastal regions, we have bunkering has been stopped. So bunkering that was halted, ship to ship refueling has been stopped, for example in the Algoa Bay region. Okay, and this has reduced the pollution and the noise. Noise is also one major issue that causes lot of disturbance to the animals, or we can say to the penguins as well. Okay, so they get disturbed and they just move away from that region that is having lot of noise. So noise is coming from the ships, noise is coming from the drilling activities as well. Okay, so these activities have been stopped, and because of doing this we have witnessed that for example that St. Croix Island population showed a slight recovery after a decade. So St. Croix Island, Algoa Bay, these are the major regions where we can find the African penguins. Okay, let's move ahead. We have, these are the pictures of the protective enclosures that are being built, okay, for the rescued African penguins, and this is the picture of the artificial nesting that has been done. Okay, so all the organizations that are working there, SANCOB hai, BirdLife International hai, right, worldwide, WWF South Africa counterpart is also working. So lot of conservation efforts are being done for the species. Then we have, of course, the practice question that is left for you. So you can write, give me the correct answer for this in the comment box. But along with that, I would like to say that why the plight of these African penguins is a cause of concern for all of us. They are residing far away from us, then why we need to worry about them? Anybody who can give me the answer for that, I would love to have your answer. But we all have studied one thing. We had studied about one hypothesis, that was the rivet hypothesis. So जो Paul Ehrlich ने दिया था, ठीक है? So जो rivet hypothesis था, उसमें हमने क्या बात करी थी? Paul Ehrlich said what? He said that he gave us a condition. He gave us, he told us that if we have a plane, we have a big aeroplane, and if one of the passengers start removing the rivets or the parts of the plane, initially there would be no threat. Okay, the plane would fly easily. But if all the passengers subsequently they start removing the parts or the rivets of the plane, eventually what will happen? The plane is going to collapse. Now the rivets in this ecosystem are the species and the plane is the ecosystem. So each and every species has a importance, has a role in this ecosystem, and it helps to maintain that ecological balance. It helps to maintain the food chain, the food webs. Okay, so that lies the importance of each and every species, and that is why we need to take a lot of efforts to conserve and protect each and every one of them. That's all. I hope you will give me the right answer for this question. Thank you very much. See you soon with another important environment and ecology topic for the day. Thank you.